Kristy says mystery number 15 is in their mystery notebook, even though the mystery notebook wasn't invented until 18 months after book 15 was published. So either the girls wrote up their old cases for the notebook, or this is a continuity error! Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review. This book was written by Nola Thacker. Derek Masters is the child actor from Book 27 and Mystery 15. He interrupts Kristy's baseball practice to announce his newest movie is doing a publicity train ride from Boston to Charleston. It's going to be super fun, a bunch of celebrities will be there, and he gets to bring one friend. I have to say, it's kind of mean of Derek to pick someone as his best friend in front of a huge crowd. I'm sure there are a few kids there who got upset because Derek didn't pick them. At the Babysitters Club meeting, Derek's father calls to say he changed his mind. Now he's letting 9 boys come on the trip, so they need 3 babysitters. Kristy's the narrator, so she gets the job, along with Abby and Stacey. They do touristy stuff in Boston, and we learn Abby is the creepiest roommate ever.
I woke up early the next morning to Abby breath.
She was standing next to my bed, but Abby wasn't just standing. She was also leaning over and staring at me.
So Abby breathes on people until they wake up? That's gross! Here is today's suspect list. Most of the characters are named after places. Director Rock Harding will do anything for a hit movie. Reporter Jane Atlantic knows secrets about everyone in Hollywood. Stacey lookalike Ann Arbor might be faking disasters for publicity. Actor Benjamin Athens likes destroying things for fun. Actress Ellie San Carlos used to be a stunt woman. Her husband Charlie wants revenge because she left him for a movie star. The only character who's not a suspect is screenwriter Ronald Pierce, because he's so harmless and unimportant. I'm sorry, did the book just go out of its way to downplay one of the suspects? I've read enough Babysitters Club mysteries to know that means he's guilty. The culprit starts things off with lots of sabotage. They put a threatening note in everyone's menu, they put a fake hand in Ellie's food, and they set off a smoke bomb while locking the door. The conductor says almost anyone could have stolen the door key, so he's not going to bother looking into it. Well, that's not helpful at all. In the subplot, everyone goes to the country club for Mystery 23. All the kids play in the pool except Steven. He avoids the pool as much as he can. The babysitters wonder why. Mr. Pierce tells everybody he's got a big interview in a few minutes. Why, it's almost like he's trying to create an alibi for himself. Shortly after, Kristy, Stacey, and some kids go to the observation deck. In the darkness, they see 2 men get into a fight. One man throws the other man over the railing to his death in the rivers below. The babysitters rush after the murderer, and haha, just kidding, they do nothing while the culprit escapes. He goes past them by going along the outside walkway. They don't even try to stop him. The girls do alert the authorities, but nobody takes them seriously since there's no dead body and everyone's present and accounted for. Back at home, Steven continues to avoid the pool at all times. He eventually confesses he can't swim. Jessie gives him private swimming lessons, since she's a gold medal swimmer. Kristy revisits the crime scene. She finds the culprit dropped page 37 of a movie script. The babysitters investigate the various suspects, and when that turns up no new leads, they ask the boys for help. It's a neat idea to have the kids help solve the mystery, even if it means 8-year-olds are better detectives than the Babysitters Club. The boys realize that, since the culprit lost page 37 of his script, the culprit must be the person whose script is missing that page. They search through every car on the train and read every single script, but they don't find the culprit's script. That's when Derek realizes it's the wrong script. The culprit's script is from a different movie. We know this because the characters have different names. I wonder why Derek didn't notice that right away. It would have saved a lot of time if he did. At home, Steven learns how to swim just in time for the pool party. It's a lot of fun. There are silly contests like a splash competition and a goofy bathing cap contest. One of the kids they babysit is Ben Hobart, even though he's supposed to be Mallory's boyfriend. That'll be awkward for their relationship. Kristy solves the mystery when she realizes the screenwriter is the only person on the train who would have more than one script. Well, that's not true. Actors and directors usually have more than one script when they're looking for new projects to work on. Kristy also realizes Mr. Pierce lied about his alibi. She confronts him. Mr. Pierce confesses he based the movie's script on an idea from one of his students. The student, Lawrence Channing, was furious when he found out. Channing is the culprit. Channing faked his own murder in order to get Pierce arrested. Channing tried to set it up so the reporter would witness the murder, but he accidentally thought Stacey was the reporter. So instead of getting a great witness with all sorts of media connections, he got the girl who lets murderers walk away. That definitely foiled his plans. Now Channing wants to kidnap Pierce's son. There's an intense scene as everyone looks for the lost child. Kristy finds him and Channing attacks her. Kristy kicks him in the knee and everybody jumps on the culprit. They don't have handcuffs, so they tie up his arms with a pair of pants. Weird. Channing gives a full confession that explains everything. He says he also messed with the train's controls to make the train jump the tracks. I'm pretty sure trains don't have jump buttons. Channing gets full payment and a writing credit, which seems a little extreme to me. Yes, Pierce stole his movie idea, but it's not like Pierce copied the script word for word. The two scripts were noticeably different, remember? And besides, his movie idea was a mystery on a train with a stowaway. He stole that idea from Murder on the Orient Express. The end. Post-book follow-up. A lot of people online hated this mystery, but I liked it. It was better than normal for this series. I thought it was a nice touch, how there's a small clue about Pierce's alibi, which readers can solve on their own. Of course, the idea of disproving an alibi is a little less effective when he's the only character with an alibi. I think the book would have been better with fewer suspects. The book is not long enough to give enough time to all 6 of the suspect characters. I would have gotten rid of the director, and Charlie, he only shows up once. Not a good suspect. There is a subplot about Derek's friends, which also needed more time. First, he worries his friends won't get along without him. Then he worries they're getting along too well without him. I wouldn't have made this like a 3-chapter subplot, but it would have benefited from a few more pages. Overall, I thought it was okay. Yes, the culprit is a character who wasn't mentioned before, which is a total cheat, but the fake murder plot was surprisingly complex. It was more interesting than the usual generic sabotage plotline. I give Babysitter's Club Mystery number 30, Kristy and the Mystery Train, a 7 out of 10.